everyone, and welcome back to our Ellipse Unsealed podcast. Today, as always, you have Savannah and Bobby, or Bobert, as some might say. And we also have Cam Sessinger with us once again. Hi, Cam.
Hi, great to see you both. Thanks for having me again.
Yeah, good to see you as well.
Yeah, like we were talking before we got on, this is your third time on. And also would like to call out that this is our 40th episode, and Cam was our very first guest. So that's kind of awesome to have you back on for the 40th.
Yeah, very full circle moment, but yeah, very happy to be here. And congrats on 40 episodes too. That's awesome.
Yeah, thank you. We're excited.
Yeah, it's been fun. Yeah, I like it. It's been kind of fun getting to know people in the channel, a little deeper and have fun with them. And yeah, really enjoyed it. Can't believe it's 40 already. That's the crazy part. And it's been a year basically since we started this about a year ago.
Yeah, it has been crazy. It has been a lot of fun. Like Bobby said, getting to know everyone and what they do. It's been a great learning experience for me personally. So
yeah.
But anyways, Cam is from Dynamic Communities. In case you haven't listened to any of the pods that she's been involved in yet, do you want to do like a brief overview of who you are, Cam?
Yeah, totally. So yeah, Cam Sessinger. I'm the editor for the Dynamics Communities website. So for anyone who's not familiar with dynamicscommunities.com, DSC as we refer to it internally, it's our learning and community platform. So we have all sorts of tips, tricks, training, how-to content in the form of, blog posts, articles, videos, guidebooks, courses. We have a couple of our own podcasts we lead, but a great way to kind of think about the DSC website is almost as an extension of Summit. So it's kind of some of that same learning and education and innovation training material that you would get at our conference, but in a 24/7 year-long kind of format. So really great. And I've been with the company now, I think November will be 2 years. So I've learned a lot in that time, still have, I think, a lot to learn, but it's been really fun and it's a great community and great ecosystem. And yeah, been welcomed with open arms. So yeah.
Yeah, really passionate community around the software for sure. I mean, and each of the tracks, super passionate. And like you said, the DCI website has, literal content from Summit, right?
Right.
So you've got like, there's a number of sessions. You might notice the cameras in some of the sessions. They try to handpick the ones they think are really popular so they can share those with folks out in the community that haven't been able to maybe join a summit or join that summit. So there's a lot of content on the website. Definitely got to check that out.
Yeah, those on-demand sessions are a really great tool. I mean, depending on how you kind of planned your summit experience, there might be a couple you wanted to go to, but they overlap with others. So it's great to be able to go back and watch those. Something else I totally forgot to mention too is we have discussion forums for each user group or product. So users, partners, anyone in the channel they have a question or they're stuck with a specific kind of aspect of the product. You could just go in there and talk with your community and kind of get those answers to your problems. So it's a really, really cool kind of collaborative community site, pun intended, but yeah.
Yeah, that's a great educational resource for people to use, especially if they're not attending Summit and want to go check that out. But speaking of Summit, that is basically just around the corner.
Yeah.
I'm very excited. This will be my third year attending. Never been to San Antonio before, but Cam, do you want to kind of talk about what's in store for this year or what's kind of different from years past maybe?
Yeah, definitely. So like you said, this year will be in San Antonio, Texas from October 13th through the 17th. So my first time too. I'm very excited to just kind of explore a new area. But this year, I think there's kind of a lot of new things, obviously some returning things. We've increased the number of sessions, the number of academy classes we have available for people, but some new kind of fun experiences too that I'm really looking forward to. Some of them being the digital mosaic wall with AI bots. So that's going to be something kind of new and exciting on the expo floor. We'll have to see how that plays out. We'll have a puppy lounge. So if you kind of need to step away from all the education and training and just kind of have a minute to play with some puppies, we'll have that on the expo floor as well. a wellness center and lounge. So again, kind of some R&R. You can go and get a little massage there in between some of your sessions and networking and things like that. Of course, we'll be in Texas, so we'll have a Texas theme lounge on the expo floor as well, and just some really great advanced kind of networking and community receptions, which I think we'll speak to a little bit later. But so yeah, really excited, expecting upwards of 5,500 people this year, which is great, and a lot of new sponsorships and other companies kind of who are newer to the ecosystem coming in. So I'm really excited for this year, and I think San Antonio is a great location to host all of this exciting stuff. But
yeah, it's right down on the Riverwalk. That's where the convention center is. So I was in San Antonio a couple of years ago, but literally had to fly in and out. I was only there and kind of way out of the city. I did run in to the city long enough to jump out of my car. I didn't leave it running. I just jumped out, stopped it, ran over to the Alamo and took a picture, and then ran back and then drove off, because that's about the amount of time I had between getting to the airport. But I'm also excited to get in. I love when I visit cities. I'm in Tulsa right now, so I try to get around and see whatever fun, quirky things you're supposed to see, or that are out of the way, to make that worth the while.
Yeah, it'll be cool. I'm really excited for the Riverwalk too. I know we're having kind of toward the end of the event. It ends on Thursday, but Wednesday night we'll have our community reception right there on the Riverwalk with local music, like local food, and just some really, I think that's 6 to 8 p.m. on Wednesday. So very excited about that, and just kind of bring the community all together one last time before that half day of education the next day, and then everyone flies home. But yeah, really excited to see what it's all about.
Yeah, it seems like a great walking community too. Like I feel like everything is kind of right there in the heart of downtown. So that's super nice for, like you said, Bobby, maybe going out and exploring a few new things, or I know like hitting up maybe a unique coffee shop that might be on some people's lists. So yeah, I feel like that's the perfect opportunity to
Charlotte was awesome for that last year. I got out a couple times, at night, early in the morning, just kind of checking out the different art stuff that was really close to the convention center. And like you said, a couple of different shops kind of out of the way that were fun to find.
Yeah,
definitely. Well, it sounds like there's a lot of opportunities, like you talked about, like the puppies and massages to get away from, even I know sometimes like for us hanging out at the booth, it can get tiring and, you need to go take a break, or even from sessions, sitting in those educational sessions all day can get a little gruesome, or not gruesome, but tiresome. It sound like a bad thing. It's definitely not. It's a great opportunity.
Yeah. No, it comes out of there with a bloody nose. What's happening in that session?
Everyone's throwing fists, fighting. You need to take a step back.
It's it's a lot. It's a lot to absorb in a little bit of time. So I think kind of being intentful about creating some space in your schedule to go and just kind of debrief and recharge a little bit.
You bet.
It's super important too. But
you mentioned a lot of sessions. I'm on the finance and operations programming committee, and we had to take 400 and X, I think it was like 450. It's been a while now, but it was over 400 sessions, and pare that down by about 3/4. So we ended up with about 120 sessions, but that's how many submissions there were. And so that's kind of gives you an idea of the quality of the entire track all the way around. Every track had that. So BC and CE and Power, everybody got equal number of submissions to choose from, basically. And so, a lot of great quality content. Saw a lot of data, of course, a lot of self-serve this year too. A lot of folks, I think we had 4 or 5 sessions talking about how I get data out. So how do I pull it out, use it in Excel? How can I use Excel to get data back in? So a lot of stuff around that. And the classic stuff too. I mean, there's, always going to be finance and ops, is going to have your GL and your banking and, cost accounting and stuff like that, advanced warehousing. But did want to point out that there is, some heavy emphasis on licensing. Got some big changes there. So there's some sessions on licensing, on upgrading still, because a lot of folks out there still attending or looking to get to the next version from an earlier version of Dynamics. And gosh, what else? As I say, testing, because testing is another big one that'll be of interest to folks. It's been pretty popular in the road shows and local meetings. People are just trying to figure out how to keep up with Microsoft's, release cadence on getting the newest version implemented. And when you've got a lot of customizations or a lot of ISVs, or you've got a complicated business, going through the testing process can be pretty intensive. And so a lot of folks still figuring that piece of it out, so it's not as painstaking when it comes time to do those 3 or 4 updates a year.
Yeah, and that's what's great about, I think, some of the session offerings at Summit is, which I'm sure a lot of people are aware, but you can, when you're kind of looking at the session list, you can filter by ability level or skill level. So if you're new to a product, or, more of an expert looking for a deep dive into some more technical kind of functionalities of these specific products, there's something for everyone, and quite an abundance of that. So that's what I think is great about Summit, or for people who are maybe on the fence, is that no matter kind of where you fall in your skill level or familiarity with a product, there are people and resources and sessions that you should definitely check out. And that's what's great. I think it's very accommodating in that sense. So it's really cool to see.
And like you said, if you are new, you've got the opportunity to see the folks who are experts and meet them. And these are really approachable folks. So you can, you can, once you get in the room and you see a Brittany or a Nathan, up there presenting, and you can say, oh, you come up to them afterwards and introduce yourself and start that conversation and start that next level of community involvement and engagement, because that's where the fun and magic really happens.
Yeah, there's an abundance of opportunity for networking, like you mentioned, Bobby, which is the really cool thing. It's been fun for me to go to these events, starting off in the community, not ever being like in it before, and just being able to grow my network and things like that has been amazing. But speaking of networking opportunities, I know you mentioned the Riverwalk on Wednesday. Are there any other big opportunities for that besides, obviously the expo hall and all of that fun stuff?
Yeah, so I know we talked about the Riverwalk, which kind of closes out that week there on the 16th, but on Monday the 14th we have our kind of opening community reception, which will take place on the expo floor, and it's really just that first kind of kickoff to the week. I know we have our pre-conferences and our academy class offerings ahead of that, but just a really great place to, have some food, grab a drink, chat with people, and just kind of get the what's what on everything. For anyone too who's kind of looking for some more specific experiences, networking opportunities, the experiences page on the Summit NA website kind of has a lot of the things we already talked about, but all of those offerings there. And then of course the expo floor, which is open Monday the 14th and Tuesday the 15th, where all of our partners, ISVs, sponsors, a lot of users and attendees will be kind of throughout the entire day. So that's a great place to, check out the new solutions and products, some of those cool kind of booth experiences we had talked about, but just, kind of walk around and meet people. I know I try to devote at least an hour a day to just kind of walking the expo floor and making new connections and things like that. And then of course, some of our other sponsors and people coming in from different organizations will be having their own parties and things like that, many of which are listed on our website. And I think Ellipse is having one too.
Yes.
Yeah,
we are having it after the Riverwalk Fiesta on Wednesday night. So ours will be from 8 to 11, and it will be at a little fun venue called shoot, now I'm blanking on it.
Be Kind Rewind.
Yes, Be Kind Rewind.
You were thinking the name of our party. We're not going to give that out yet. Maybe, I don't know if we're keeping that secret or.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
I don't know either. I don't.
We're not planning it.
Yeah.
There, I just heard it in case anyone heard it. Yeah. But yeah, it's at a fun little place called Be Kind and Rewind. It's kind of like 80s, 90s retro theme. And we'll be having karaoke, and they have fun arcade games and things like that. So for those listening, just keep an eye out for more information coming your way on that soon. So.
And you'll see me on the Riverwalk at 8 o'clock, or maybe just before 8 o'clock, as people are leaving the Summit event at 8 p.m. I'll be there ringing the bell and pointing people to the next party party opportunity. So I'll be out there, something, maybe a costume. I don't even know yet. It's to be determined. The Ellipse mascot. Yeah. Yeah. Something retro. I wanted to point out, this is an interesting difference that some people might not know, but Summit typically Monday has been a travel day, and it hasn't normally started on a Monday, but this year classes, everything starts on the Monday. So folks need to kind of remember that if you're planning that. I'm sure people who have signed up, hopefully have seen that piece of it, not just doing it kind of, like a zombie. But it is different having that first day with classes. And I also want to point out that the Academy, for folks that don't know, is more in depth, and that's an all-day thing. So it's not just an hour session or two. It's a full day's worth of learning on one topic, a deep dive with an expert. So something to think about if you're looking at the academies. That's really worth the while if you're coming in early anyway to maybe add that on.
Yeah.
And the Copilot, we had to mention that we were talking about topics that are popular. Tons of Copilot AI topics, so much so that there's a Copilot event prior to Summit Full, so that's available too as a kind of an add-on opportunity. And I just want to mention the virtual, which will be actually happening like the day after we air this podcast, probably. So we'll put some information out ahead of time too, just to make sure people are seeing it. But it's the 22nd, the virtual Copilot Summit.
Yeah, that's something. You referenced the AI Summit pre-conference. We offered that last year, and it was a huge hit. And I think it really resonated with people. So we're offering that again Sunday the 13th. On the same day too, we'll be running our partner pre-conference workshop as well. So we just recently in July there in Seattle had our BizApps Partner Summit. And so we did a 4-hour pre-con last year around, this kind of the idea of this partner workshop, partner summit. And so now we've expanded that this year to a full day pre-conference. So both of those are happening on October 13th. And I just lost my train of thought. Well, I was going to say. What did you
you're thinking? We were talking about the academies and the AI and the virtual. Maybe it was
the virtual. Yep. Yes, the Copilot Digital Summit. This will be our first time doing something like this in this format, but it's a free event happening, like you said, next Thursday, the 22nd. And really, really great lineup of speakers, a lot of Microsoft kind of experts and thought leaders there giving their take. And so we're really excited for that. I think we've had close to 1,000 people register already. So it's a free event. It'll be about 3 to 3.5 hours in length. So for more details on that, definitely check it out on the Dynamics Communities website. But
and like I said, I'll try to drop a social post this week so it gets out there ahead of time. And I can speak to the Biz App Partners event. I was there. I was at the Summit version of it that 4 hours last year before at Charlotte, and it was jam packed in that 4 hours, and it felt like it could have been a 2-day summit, which is what happened in July, which is awesome. Right. If you haven't attended, I would say definitely make the time. If you're in early, make the time to be there. If you're a partner, an ISV, this is such great access and such great information that you probably need to hear and see and be there to network with the folks that are putting it on and that are attending, because it's worth the time and effort, in my opinion, having been to the first one, which was so truncated that you feel like I needed more of this, or it just went by so fast. Like you said, it was a last minute ad before Charlotte, and then to that really well-formed version in Seattle, which was just, I think, again, invaluable.
Yeah.
Sure. Well, I think that is mainly most of the points that we wanted to talk to you about, Cam. Was there anything else you wanted to mention, Bobby?
We just, if you haven't already, I was going to ask about what kind of logistically, what will users have to organize? Is it going to be an app? Is it already out? How do they get that? Because that's the next phase for me, is like, if you're going and you're not planning, you got that's crazy. You got to be planning, look at your sessions, even the expo hall, get in there, look at all the places and people you want to see, and make sure you know where they are. And there's great maps, and all the signage is going to show you, how to easily get to the different rows and find those folks. But it's fun to do what you do, which is kind of serendipitous, which is just walk around a little bit and see what's going on. You never know. But also, if you know you really need to talk to AP automation folks, then find out where they all are and make sure you've got that, so you don't lose track of of who you want to talk to. So yeah, well, I'll kind of kick it back to you on what kind of app or opportunity that folks will have to get this kind of organized.
Yeah. I think to your point, it's great to, with a limited amount of time, it's nice to have a plan and kind of know where you should be and when. So we do have a mobile app coming out, which you'll be able to kind of create your own planner, if you will, for the sessions you'd like to attend. It'll be out in a few weeks, but in the interim, you can go to the Summit NA website, and on the session list, you can go through the 800 plus sessions that are there. There's all these filters on the left-hand side, so you can look at your specific product or certain tracks, skill levels, some of the things we already talked about, and add them to your planner. So it'll start to kind of organize your day for you. The other thing you can do too is add those exhibitors or sponsors you want to talk to. You can add them to your planner as well. So it's just kind of like a little notation, like, all right, stop by this booth and here's where it's located. So once the app is out, the planner, you'll set up an account on the Summit NA website if you haven't already. Your planner will link to your mobile app, and you can export that directly to your Outlook or your email or calendar. So you're getting those phone notifications. All right, I have to be here in this room at this time for XYZ. So really nice way to stay organized, which I know is kind of top of mind for a lot of people, being that there's a lot to do in a little bit amount of time. But yeah, we'll have more information on that as soon as it's live, but should be in the next couple weeks here.
Yeah, it gets crazy and insane when you're running around, like doing what you said, trying to see everything, and then you realize, crap, I missed that meeting or I missed that session I wanted to be in. So make sure you got your phone with you and your app, dialed up, and your volume dialed up.
Yeah.
Whatever volume, vibrator, slap, whatever your phone does to get your attention and make sure it's happening, because you don't want to miss all the cool stuff that you planned out. So
right. Yeah.
Yes. Organization is definitely key. I've already kind of looked through some of the sessions. There's actually quite a few good ones for even marketing and in that realm as well. So I've added some of those to my planner, which is great. To the point that you were talking earlier, there truly is something for everybody.
Yeah.
And I got to remember, actually have to deliver sessions. So I've actually got 3, I think. So that's really important. I get my planner set up and make sure it's double, triple checking, because it would be bad if I'm not in the sessions I'm delivering. So that would be. And we also just want to point out, we have a booth as well. We always have. Ellipse loves going to these live events. And so we'll be at 917. Is that right?
Yep.
900. Yeah, somewhere. Hopefully, I got to look again. Hopefully we're near the puppy booth, but I hope.
If not, bring the puppies to us.
I say we might just slowly keep going over Savannah and just stealing puppies and bringing them back to our booth.
Yes, but yeah, definitely make sure to stop by our booth. We're planning a fun blackjack game to have there, so that's something to look out for.
Cool. Yep. Yeah.
So yeah, very excited once again. So yeah, I think that's kind of all we had to touch on. And Cam, if you're up for it, we've been doing this little fun question asking at the end of our episodes, just something silly to end it out with. So I've prepared some questions for you guys.
Yeah, we didn't have that the first episode. This is the evolution of our
podcast. This is new, but yeah, I'm ready for it.
Cool. Okay, the first question is pie, cake, or cheesecake? You can only have one for the rest of your life. What do you choose?
I think I'm going to go with pie, I think. Yeah. Classic to me. I don't know. Yes. No real reason, but it feels right.
It's tough. Yeah. I mean, I definitely cheesecake. I mean, like cheesecake, but it wouldn't be the go-to. It would be in the back seat to pie and cake. But yeah, I mean, if I'm walking through the store and they've got a table of pies and a table of cakes, it's how you're feeling that day. I don't know.
Right. Yeah.
But I think I'm going to go with pie. Yeah. Like if I saw a nice peach pie sitting there, I might just say, that's it. Yeah. Or anything else. All right.
Yeah. I would also have to say pie, because there's so many different flavors and fillings. You can really spice it up. I feel like there's only so many different.
It's good for you too. It's got fruit. So
it feels lighter than maybe a cake. Yeah.
Exactly. Funny story. My sister actually came over the other day. She brought a pie and a cheesecake. And little did she know before she checked out, the cheesecake was $50. And she's like, "Can you believe this?" Da, da, da. She's like, "I got too nervous to say no at checkout." I was like, I would do the same thing.
I'd be like, nope.
So I thought I'd share that little tidbit.
And now you made me think, you never really see wedding pie. I mean, if we just
Yeah,
all
you're
pick
right.
pie, you just had a wedding. I'm sure you didn't have a 4-tiered wedding pie.
No, we didn't.
But I think that's the next thing, right? We needed to just think about this and start a wedding pie
Yes.
trend, and then bring the wedding pie catering right after it. So just keep that in mind. We'll have to noodle this through at Summit. Meet at the puppy corral, get all the endorphins going, and then figure this thing out.
Perfect. I'm down for that. Okay, next question is, with football season kind of starting up, who is your football team that you go to?
Yeah, so I'm from kind of a little bit outside of the Philly area, so I have no other choice but to say go Birds, the Eagles. Yeah. And yeah, if my boss sees this and I didn't say that, I'd probably lose my job. But yeah, we bleed green in my house, but also with some of the other DCI people. So yeah, Eagles.
Right. Mm-hmm. We've got an Eagles fan on our staff.
Yeah,
we do.
Brent's a big Eagles fan.
Philly fans they're their own breed. I mean,
yeah,
I think a lot of people are aware of that, but yeah.
What's the movie with Mark Wahlberg? You ever see the movie about he plays there was a walk-on receiver named Vince Papale who played for the Eagles like back in the 70s. They used to have a walk-on tryout for anybody, and he was decent, I guess, decent enough to make the team, and you know, with some impact. He didn't play forever, but Invincible, I think it's called.
Yes, yeah. No, I know.
Good cheesy, sports movie for sure. Like it's got all the cheese, everything you want in a sports movie, love story, everything, success and great football action. But yes, it's set in Philly, and so you can get an idea of what a Philly fan's like. You can watch Invincible, you get a little picture. I grew up in Washington, so I was a Washington team fan. But I've been gone for so long and been in Denver for almost 26 years now. I really probably, I still root for the Washington team, the Commanders, but I also root pretty heavily for the Broncos because it's local and everybody I know is a Broncos fan here. So
it's fun to join in on the action.
Yeah.
I'm not very passionate about any team. Since I'm from Ohio, I would normally root for the Bengals, and Joe Burrow's been fun to root for lately. But my husband is a Steelers fan, so I've kind of had to be that by proxy.
Are you going to change your fantasy football team name? Because aren't you like
Burrow's
gal, or like Burrow, something like Joe Burrow and a Burrow fan or Burrow?
Yeah, something with like Joe Burrow.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
I might have to. I don't know. We'll see.
Steel curtain coming up.
Yeah. And then my last question is: are you a morning or night showerer?
Oh, that's an interesting one. Being that I work from home, I feel like, and I'm not usually a morning person in general, so I'm hitting snooze until the last possible minute and just kind of rolling onto the laptop. But so yeah, probably night, but it depends what I have going on that day. If I have to be on camera, probably shower in the morning, but preference is night. I like going to sleep feeling clean, and I feel like once I do that, then I'm like, okay, I can rest well. But
I'm definitely a morning person, so
it's
rare at the evening, unless it's something like unless I ran around like after today, like it's 150 degree Tulsa weather, or probably going to shower 7 to run in between sessions at this event and shower and come back. But I'm definitely morning for sure.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you, Cam. It just kind of depends on the day. I feel like if it's like a hair wash day, then I'll shower in the morning. So then like I don't like it can air dry and stuff. But I also like to go to bed feeling clean and relaxed. I feel like that calms me down and sleep better. So cool. Those are all the questions I have for you guys today. So thanks for playing along.
Thank you, Savannah.
Yeah. And Cam, thank you for joining us once again. We always love having you here with us on the pod. And we can't wait to see you in person at Summit here soon.
Yeah, me too. Very excited. And thank you both so much for having me again.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, we love it. And see you soon.
Yeah.